What up, fight fans? If there's one thing we know about Errol Spence and Tim Bradley is we know that Tim Bradley is not short on hate for Errol Spence. He is a first-degree hater. Matter of fact, he's Earl's #1 fan he hates so much. This is a fair use video. It's used for educational and entertainment purposes only. Back to the meat and potatoes. Tim Bradley has nothing but hate for Earl. And if he didn't have nothing but hate, he wouldn't have nothing else to say for him.
Thurman. What do you think about this fight at 154, not for the titles? Do you think that harms Errol Spence, his legacy?
Man, Errol Spence running from Crawford. He running like a son of a gun. He getting the hell out of Don's way. You know, there's the only fight that you said that you wanted, man. That's the fight that you said that you wanted. That's the fight that you said that you was going to deliver to the fans. After you won the 3 titles, bro. It's been a long time, bro.
So how's he trying to get out of Dodge? Yeah, he said that's the one fight he wanted to do. And if your dumbass remember Tim Bradley, he sat there and waited all the way to November until Crawford backdoored him. Or did you forget? And then Earl, instead of going up to 154 and staying, he said he's only fighting one fight at 147, and that's Terrence Crawford. That's why he's fighting Keith Thurman at 154. Because he's giving Crawford one more chance to make the damn fight that he promised us. In actuality, Earl did what he said he was going to do. It was Crawford that got scared, got cold feet, and backed away from the motherfucking table. So Earl don't owe us shit. But he decided to spin back around and spin back around the block. So how the hell you say he trying to get out of Dodge? He fulfilling his mandatory with Keith Thurman, dummy. If he don't fight Keith Thurman, then he will get stripped. What part of that? And then we won't get Crawford and Spence for undisputed. And I know you didn't want him to fight Crawford right now because, hell, Crawford couldn't even get together in 1 year. So if he couldn't get a fight together in 1 year, what makes you think that he was going to be ready to get it done in a month or two? You sound fucking ridiculous. You sound like a Crawford motherfucking spokesman. And that's the dumb shit that we be talking about right there, Tim Bradley. Because all you do is sit there and ride the jocks. You don't care about the fucking truth. You don't care about none of that shit right there. What, you want him to put his career on hold until Crawford decides that this is the only fight that he can take? No. Crawford sat there and dealt in bad faith the whole fucking damn negotiation period, had a prior fight with BLK Prime, backdoored, and then backdoored and left Spence and PBC without nothing. He held up the whole welterweight division on the PBC side. PBC had all their fights held up behind this dumbass shit, and you talking that. See, you like these other delusional ass Bud fans that support that shit. Y'all not holding Terrence Crawford acceptable or accountable for nothing. Let's talk about David Avanesian. Where'd that fight come from? Earl was still at the fucking table. So before you start coming out at Earl, you need to go check Bud first, because he's the one that left you. Earl gave you the fight. Bud left it. And see, you sit here talking all that damn crazy ass shit like we left. Motherfucker don't owe you shit, Tim. You forgot your ass ducked Errol Spence. You retired because you didn't want to fight Errol Spence. So before you start talking about the next man, look at yourself in the mirror, your ducking ass.
You straight up lied. Straight up lied. And now you won't get caught out for it. Not by just me, but the fans as well. Because Crawford just fought. Now he's going to come back and he's going to have a fight. But how the hell you going to go up to 54 and then come back down to 147 pounds to face Crawford?
If you knew as much about boxing as you thought you did with that big ass head and you say you super brain, then you would understand the situation. He can Errol the Shoe Spence saved the superweight fight. Because if he doesn't fight Keith Thurman, then he gets stripped. Then there's no undisputed. He said he has one fight at 147. So he is fighting Keith Thurman at 154. So if your friend Bud bullshits after this fight, then he's going to stay at 154. He's not going to sit there and put his career on hold like he did last year, because he doesn't need Bud. Bud needs him. Spence is the big fish. Spence makes that money. Everybody wants to fight Spence. He got fights all over the place. Crawford the one that need a legacy fight. He ain't got one yet.
Isn't one of your brothers that's in camp with you, isn't he at 54 as well? You just going up there for what? Because Thurman can't make the weight, or is it you that can't make the weight? I don't know what it is. Maybe it's both of y'all can't make the weight. But the fight that we all want to see, the fight that we've been waiting on, we've been waiting on Crawford and Spence. All along, everybody said it's Top Rank's fault. Oh, Top Rank, you signed with the wrong promoter. You signed with the wrong promoter. Giving hell to Crawford. Now Crawford came up and said it on the audio, basically saying in an interview he did, putting out, I think on IG or one of these social media platforms, saying that, bro, I had the money for us. I had the money secured. And obviously Al Heyman is in total control of Errol Spence. Crawford is his own boss.
Tim Bradley, I hate to call a person stupid, but you're stupid. Do you understand that? Crawford isn't his own boss, for one. For two, yeah, he went to secure a bag for him and Earl for $50 million, $25 million apiece. Without Earl, they wouldn't have gave him nowhere near half of that. And it probably wasn't even 25 apiece. It probably was a $50 million, probably 30-20 Earl split. First off, what makes him feel like he gets the same amount as Earl? Second off, they asked who is putting up the money. You're not about to sit there and take $50 million from somebody that you don't know, and he's already been linked to Daniel Kinahan, idiot. He already went to Dubai, and Daniel Kinahan is his financial manager. Errol Spence, PBC, Al Heyman is not getting tied up with Daniel Kinahan because it's against the law. He has a lot of shit going on right now, and him and Terrence Crawford is close. He couldn't tell who had the money. They asked him who is the hedge funds. Crawford couldn't provide that information. Secondly, Earl is his own boss. Al works for Earl. Crawford isn't a boss because he's trying to get a fucking guarantee. If he's getting $50 million, that's a guarantee. That means they're paying him what they want and they keeping what they make. If the fight makes over $100 million, that means they sold the fight for $50 million and they missing out on $50 million. That's why Earl asked him, what about the back end? Are you dumb or are you just stupid?
But he had the money to pay 20 racks, 20 million. And he didn't. He didn't take it because he can't move unless Al Heyman says, hey, boy. Nuh-uh. You ain't doing that. We ain't doing that.
That's why Spence has him as an advisor for finances. So he can tell Spence, like, no, you can't do that. Because if not, then Spence will end up making a dumbass decision like Tyson Fury or Terrence Crawford and get in bed with some money laundering because they dealing with Daniel Kinahan and be banned. They, like Tyson Fury and them, can't even come to the United States. Like Terrence Crawford was being watched. That's what took them so long to even fuck with him. So yeah, he has Al Heyman to tell him not to do dumb mistakes that'll get his money tied up legally with the feds. You need to tell Bud to sign Al Heyman so he won't get no dumbass shit as well.
At the end of the damn day. So, what do I think about the fight? I think that Errol Spence win the fight. I think it's gonna be a good fight until it's not. The fight's gonna end probably from a body shot and then a follow-up punch, and then he gonna end up probably stopping Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman still got some power, still got some athleticism, although he is older. And it seems like he's mentally together and he wants an opportunity, but it's just a fight. Ain't no belt connected to it. You say you want to be a champion, you just fight. That's all it is, and it's just for money at the end of the damn day. So, is it for the belt or is it for the money? It's for the money. And I've said this all along. This interview gonna get a lot of clicks, bro. The people gonna take it and they gonna break it up because I'm speaking facts, bro. I'm speaking facts here. And there's times where I might speak a little reckless at times, but this.
Tim Bradley, that's the first real thing and honest thing that you said on this entire interview. Yes, it's going to get a lot of clicks and views. A lot of people going to cut it up. You know why? Because you're full of shit. You don't know what you talk about. You are a motherfucking creator's dream. You know that? The fight with Keith Thurman is the best fight out there right now for Spence since Terrence Crawford ran. Thurman is better than anybody on Spence's resume or Crawford's resume. Thurman is a better fight, probably stylistically, than Crawford is. I think Thurman beats Crawford. Especially in 2017, Thurman beats Crawford. Crawford said Thurman was the man that needed to be beat when he came to the division, and Crawford ducked Thurman as well as Ugas. Now you said, is it about the money or the belts? That's the thing we're talking about with your dude, Crawford. That's what makes it so ironic that you said that. See, Earl fighting for the belts while Crawford is sitting there playing nanny nanny boo boo with his belt and holding out for the money, trying to get the biggest bag. He leveraging a deal with PBC to get money from BLK Prime. The same way he's sitting there talking about he was getting $10 million for the David Avanesian fight, and he only got 1.5 guaranteed plus another 2 on the back end. He didn't even clear $5 million, but he told everybody he got $10 million to duck Errol Spence. So he's out here fighting for these little ass bags. Crawford has always been the one to fight for a paycheck. He fights for a guarantee. So as long as he's looking for a guarantee, he can never be his own boss. And he can never be what Spence is. And he can never be what you talking about. He doesn't want the passion. He done said the fight's past him 6 times. Earl has never said the fight is past him. Earl's always continuing for the fight, pushing for the fight, giving Crawford everything he asked for, letting him come out last, giving him 45 to 55% split. And he gave him 3 guarantees with 3 contracts. It was denied. And he did everything. He bent and bent until he almost broke. And Terrence Crawford still went back door. So for you to do that, you go at Crawford and you stop all this shenanigans, these bullshits, because Spence did everything in his power. It was your boy who damn didn't want to fight. And he still don't want to fight. When he seen what happened to Yordenis Ugas, he started thinking about what happens to anybody that fights Errol Spence. He cuts life down off of your boxing years. And you're damn right. Because he's a motherfucking apex predator. And Errol Spence getting that damn ring, it's over for you. And Crawford know his reign is over. So he's going to keep ducking, keep running, and he's waiting for Earl to move up so he can be like, whoo, he ducked me. But nigga, you ducked. And that's it. And Tim, you full of shit. But I know why. Because you Earl's biggest fan. You're not his hater. You his #1 fan. That's why you retired, because you ducked him. Can everybody please hit the like, share, and subscribe? This helps the channel grow, and I'm going to keep dropping this hot stuff for y'all every time. And I appreciate everybody that's done came to the channel and watched the video and liked the video and subscribed to the video. We're going to get the community going up in the next couple weeks, and where everybody can voice their opinions and we can have the open chat formation. I appreciate every one of y'all, and I'm gone.